Olivia's Journey is my first novel. So before I can get to Olivia's Journey, I have to kind of pave the way to that. So I'm going to go over just a few things that led me to actually developing Olivia's Journey. I'm going to ask myself some questions, so I'm just going to answer them. It says, when did I fall in love with writing? First, I had to conquer the fear of reading to an audience. Decades ago, I did not think I would survive sixth grade reading class. Elementary school was a blur. If there were a yearly award for shyness, I would hold the title each year. I remember reading aloud sessions. Just three more classmates to go until it was my turn. My mouth was too dry to request a restroom break. My hands would sweat as if I would just beat my best friend in a freestyle sprint race. The problem was, we were not on the playground, where my classmates would marvel at my work with the kickball. I dribble a ball as if I were the daughter of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We were reading. One more classmate to read. I was next. I glanced at the clock again. Maybe we would have a fire drill, but it'd be real. The entire south wing of the school would engulf in flames. But after we all exited the building safely, the sixth graders would lose all of their materials. Then later, we would learn that all of our readers would not be replaced until what? The summer. By then, I would have been on my way to seventh grade. However, my imagination was just that, my imagination. Last year, I had the privilege to speak to a select group of junior and senior young ladies at my former high school, Moss Point, Mississippi, USA. One of the students asked me, when did you fall in love with writing? I shared my story of fears, from fear to faith. I had to fall in love with reading first, and I did. My sister Sabrina introduced me to Danielle Steele, romance novels at the age of 12. Now, as a mom, I wanted to instill those best practices earlier in my children. My son was reading at 3, my son was reading at 4, my daughter at 3. And now I'm an English teacher. I have the privilege to instill those same skills in the next generation. I am teaching ninth grade English, and my students are pulling together their first anthology project. My students are required to choose a personal novel and compose a narrative essay, whereas they identify with the character and relate with the main character. There is no way you can separate reading and writing. 10 years ago, 2010, I had to rely heavily on those same skills to get me through tough times. I began writing professionally when I lost my best friend, my husband. Reading and writing allowed an avenue of escape. In 2014, I wrote my first stage play, which has become a light series. Here is Just a Little Sunshine, Only a Shadow, and After the Rain. Then I worked my 6-act play Off the Court, and it is actually live on Vimeo On Demand and on YouTube. And of course, these are my children on here. I am also the founder, as he said, founder and CEO of Mississippi Speaker Connection. It is a public speaking forum where invited guests share their why, their purpose. Now, Olivia's Journey. Olivia's Journey was birthed when I decided to re-enter and explore the dating scene. Olivia's Journey is fictional. However, it is a collection of my journey, as well as the journeys of my friends and my imagination. The novel is dedicated to my late husband, and the theme is crystal clear. One must have a clear purpose and be willing to go wherever that path may lead. The poet Langston Hughes puts it best. I have discovered in life that there are ways of getting almost anywhere if you want to go, if you really want to go. What is the process of finding a publishing company that is right for you? Well, for me, it was the amount of exposure that I wanted and what they could offer. I wanted to have book signings in Barnes and Noble. I did. I traveled the coastal USA states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. My writings were not, many writers are not comfortable with that, giving 40% of your earnings to company. However, new author, and I didn't have a printing press in my backyard. So I chose Westbow Press. They offered me the opportunity to have my novels available on just about any online platform with major retailers such as Walmart and Target. And all of the Barnes and Noble stores that I could not travel, many phone calls and emails across the US, managers agreed to place my novel on their shelves. Yes, in Hawaii and Alaska. Now, question is, this is where I failed. How did I choose an editor? I had my sources, and I'm an English teacher, so all my friends, and I'm a friend with 4 degrees. However, the company offered their services, of course, for a fee, but these were contracted editors. So guess what happened? Well, I had a professional editor just repolish my manuscript. Now I'm in the process of resubmitting. This is in addition to writing my sequel of Olivia's journey, which is called Her Detour. And that is I'm very, very excited about. Now, will I choose that publishing company again? No. I don't have one in mind, but it is my hope to become a traditionally published author. It is my hope that my stage plays will become screenplays. It is my hope to find a literary agent, or one will find me. Now, next question. Have I finally discovered my purpose? I believe I have. As a formerly young woman, it was instilled and ingrained in us about a man finding us. This was the same goal of all my friends as well. We thought that we must be engaged right after college, settle down, have 2.5 children, a dog, and a white picket fence. No one ever asked me what I thought my purpose was if I never married or had children. Now I am clearly able to share this wisdom to so many and to encourage single ladies to be comfortable in their singleness. Life happens. It is up to us to create our own journey and to enjoy the ride. By the way, this is a side note. I added a fictitious brand, My Journey, under my LGM production label. This moves me legally to create my own brand and secure the title. And that's what you see here, My Journey. Now, during the summer, this past summer, of course, if I was in-house, we're experiencing the pandemic now, I hosted a virtual book club because I wanted a deeper bond with the ladies, because we all have similar paths. And after the book club, I decided to stay connected. So I created a private Facebook page. Here's a quote that my husband used to say to me often, my late husband used to say to me often. It says, "Take it all one day at a time and enjoy the journey." And this is by Christy Bartlett. Those were his words. And it's taken me 10 years to get there. Now I'm walking with my red shoes. We know that red symbolizes what? Forgiveness. Because sometimes, guess what? We stumble, we fall. And perhaps maybe even stumble and trip on our own feet. But we bounce back. And sometimes we bounce back with a spring. And as an entrepreneur, this is what I live by. This is what I have decided to live by. And it has helped me with whatever life throws my way. For it is your journey, your destiny, your path, and your life. Olivia discovered that everything she was searching for was already inside of her. Thank you very, very much for having me.